Hello, everyone. Welcome to this panel discussion. This is episode 13th of Partnering for Sustainability. I am your host, Aarti Bagre Gill, and we all educators are supporting SDG 4 quality education. We are supporting Action Campaign, and we are powered by All India Educators Forum. Let's unite together to support SDGs. And this time we are supporting SDG 15, that is Life on Land. Before we proceed further, we are supporting this campaign and we request all the viewers to join this Plant 1 Billion Tree Mission campaign Aniruddha 1.0. Your one support can make billions together. You can click on the link given in the description box and you can support the campaign. Respected speakers on board today are Ms. Veena Rai Singh, Ms. Pushpalata Thakur Chaudhary, and Dr. Shweta Sharma. Topic of discussion in terms of education system is life on land, that is SDG 15. In our last discussion, we had talked about SDG 14 and we had focused on eco-friendly products. All the viewers who are watching, they can support eco-friendly products and even they can promote too. We are here to encourage the youth to support such needs of time. Now I will quickly invite our first panelist to talk about SDG 15. Yes, please.
Good evening. I'm Pushpata Chaudhary and I am the Vice Principal of Narayana E-Kids, Karnal. And today I will speak upon SDG Goal 15. And what I would like to say is that we have only one Earth and that this planet is our life. We all are part of this planet's ecosystem. The Goal 15 says about land on life, and it is a very important SDG goal. So land on life pertains to the efforts and actions which we need to take to preserve, protect, and restore our terrestrial ecosystems and biodiversity. It involves our sustainable land management and practices which we require to do for reforestation and protecting our natural habitats. Also, we know that 30% of the land is our forest, and they are the lungs of our planet. We really need to move forward and make sure that these forests are protected. We have to avoid land degradation, as you can see, and more than 80% species which are present are totally dependent on our forests. And these days we are seeing that as we move forward, a lot of extinction of um, animal species is happening, and 20% are totally facing acute extinction, and the others are also on the moving to these categories of extinction if we do not save our planet. And we have to manage our forests sustainably. We have to halt and reverse our land in natural habitat degradation. We have to combat desertification, which we can see is very important part, as we can see that all the land which which were covered by forest, when we talk about degradation, means we are converting our forest land into our we are bringing it under agriculture. So that is losing, that is forming a lot of loss of our species. So when we move on, the United Nations has defined 12 targets and 14 indicators for SDG 15, and 5 of them had to be achieved by 2020, and 2 by 2030, and the rest have no target here, because this project is not a very small project. Taking care of our land is not very small. It is a very, very big aspect of our society. So it has been given a bigger limit to be achieved. So as we move forward, our 15.1 is conserve and restore terrestrial and freshwater ecosystems, which includes our wetlands, drylands, etc. And the 15.1 has a proportion of it has a large forest area under it. Then we move on to 15.1, 15.2, where we have to improve and protect our terrestrial and freshwater biodiversity, which are with the very much protected areas, where you can see the picture in front of you. And as we move forward to 15.3, you can see that 15.3 is we have to end desertification and restore the degraded land which have gone under, we also, the land is also degraded due to excess of grazing, etc. So we have to make sure that we recover these lands. And moving on to 15.4, we have to conserve our mountain ecosystems, because they also uphold a lot of biodiversity, which is very important for us. Then moving on from 4.1, we also have 4.1, 4.2, which include the mountain diversity and our green cover index. Moving on to 15.5, we have to, move on, and all the threatened species which come under these things have to be protected. And then we have 15.6, which says the sharing of genetic resources. We have to promote fair and equitable sharing of benefits from the genetic resources utilization, and these legislations have to be passed, so all countries stay inside the framework of this. And 15.7, one of the very, very important aspects of life on land is, ending poaching and trafficking, and making sure that our wildlife is, not illicitly trafficked, and not brought under, some kind of as a food to us, and other aspects, so that it is not killed, and so that it does not move to extinction. And moving on, we have to prevent invasive alien species measures. So we have to have necessary legislation for that under 15.8. Then 15.9, we have to integrate ecosystem biodiversity values. Then moving on to the subcategories of 15A, 15B, and 15C, we have to, they again come under these global combating the global poaching and increasing our financial resources for, promoting the save our land. And we have to integrate and protect our biodiversity. So life on land, as you can see, that these are the areas which we have already talked about, and the targets which we have already discussed. We have to see that the land is conserved, all the terrestrial area, your freshwater ecosystems are protected, that they do not get degraded and become, converted into deserts. And this affects the ionic content of the ecosystems. Further, we also have to see that sustainable management of all type of forests are done, and we will move forward and understand about that today in this session. We also have to combat desertification, because our land is degraded, as I spoke earlier. Then not conserving mountain ecosystems will also lead to losing a lot of flora and fauna, on which is a very important source on these mountains. So we have to make sure that we do not risk food insecurity, unemployment, gender inequality, because a lot of our tribals and our people are dependent on these natural resources for their livelihood and their sustenance. If we do not maintain them, we will lose them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for telling the viewers related to SDG 15, a beautiful overview, and all the targets are explained to all the viewers, so have better understanding for that. Now I quickly move on for the objectives. Yes, please.
Greetings, everyone. Myself, Dr. Shweta Sharma, and I'm a PGT in Sonipat, one of the schools, Little Angels Senior Secondary School. And I am really keen to tell you all about the objectives of SDG 15. As we know, I'll begin with the saying by Mahatma Gandhi that there's enough resources for everybody's need, but not for everybody's greed. So that is the main purpose, and we need to protect and restore our ecosystem. Our forests, as told by Ma'am Pushpeta, that are the lungs for all of us over here. So everyone needs to conserve the forest, and it's said that 80% of earth is covered by forest. So constant deforestation is going on by the due to the agriculture also, and also by the pasteurization, the pastures taken up by the animals. So that need to be stopped. Though we say that agriculture is a good part for feeding of the population, but yes, it has to be into a controlled environment. So we need to restore the ecosystem, protect, because forests are also the you can say the home of the animals, the wildlife, right? And therefore we need to foster in the protection of the animals also. We also find the extinction of the wild species, right? And that is also because they have been taken away from their own homes. In pandemic, we all experienced that when everyone was at home, the animals came out on streets because they felt as home, and they were in loss with their own habitat. So we need to understand their problems also. After all, we are human beings, and we have to be empathetic with our with the wild species also, as they are the partners on this habitat, on this earth, on this planet earth. So definitely protecting and restoring ecosystem and sustainable forest management has to be taken up. It's more of the tribes that we see that have been taking up on their sites in our country, for example in Meghalaya, for example in Jharkhand, for example in Chhattisgarh. They have been taking up on individual steps to protect the forest in their region by various practices. They worship forest, they worship species, wildlife species in the forest, and thus they are trying at their own level to protect the forest. And we should join hands with them in the way that whatever small step that we can take up to protect our forest and save the wildlife, we should do it on their own way. Then we also have this combating desertification and land degradation. Of course, yes, when there is land degradation, there is a process of the formation of the deserts. Because if you see, the plants or the trees are roots are holding the soil of this earth. And if there will be the constant deforestation, and we are not promoting afforestation, gradually we'll be having deserts on our planet earth. Because when there will be no forest, there will be less of the species also happening around the earth, wildlife species. And hence we should also halt biodiversity loss. We say biodiversity is all among the ecosystem, right? So forest, wildlife species, various kinds of aquatic life are all connected to each other. So if there is loss of major forest, that we say the home, to we built, we construct, we are happy to construct our homes, our own urban infrastructure. But why do we want to just relieve the wildlife from their own homes, the natural environment which has been provided on earth uh, as a natural resource? And that is why we should halt the biodiversity loss, and we should prevent biodiversity loss.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for telling about all these objectives in brief. Now I will quickly move on to the strategies, because we all are educators here and we are looking forward for the strategies to make this SDG 15 get implemented into our education system with an integration. So now I invite my next speaker to talk about it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I'm Veena Rai Singh, working as PGT Geography at DPS Bhopal, and I'm very glad and happy to be here. So, talking about the strategies, as Pushpalata ma'am and Shweta ma'am already listed the programs, or the problems which have been listed I would like to read it and then we will talk about the strategies. Like we are talking about problems related to biodiversity. We are talking about the problems related to deforestation. We are talking about the problems which are happening because of the soil and the land is getting degraded. We're also talking about the endangered species. We are talking about endangered species, not only wildlife, but it is plant life. We are talking about, that means we are actually talking about the management, how to manage all these problems with a, you can say, suitable and plausible, can say the methods. So talking about, since we are working in educational institution, how this can be taken care, how these issues can be actually taken care, let's talk about that. So very first thing which I would like to suggest here is curriculum integration. Like within the curriculum, within the, like if we are talking about Hindi lessons, we are talking about English lessons or say geography lessons, we should include biodiversity, ecosystems, sustainability, etc. So these are the areas which we can touch upon in the form of, say, stories, in the form of poems or poems. So like this, it can be integrated in the curriculum. Talking about, because CBSE is also emphasizing a lot on the project-based learning nowadays. So here we can plan like the studies where children are going out in the environment and they are studying the trees, the leaves, the insects, the butterflies, the birds, etc. Within the school premises, we have school gardens or open spaces. Those areas also can be utilized to make the children aware about its importance and its conservation. We also have an area like field trips, or say we move to certain cities or sometimes out of the country also. But one major objective of these field trips or excursion trips should be making children aware about the how the problems are there, what the problems are there, and how they can be managed, all that. So talking about like directly how children can participate, like we have days, Earth Day, Environment Days, which are there. They can be celebrated, but celebration, what is the objective? We have to understand that majorly what we are focusing upon, we are focusing upon that, okay, through planting a tree or through making a collage while they are having a collage competition, children are actually participating in the programs. Third, which I have listed, that is the community and cross-disciplinary learning. That is, we can collaborate, the schools can collaborate with the NGOs or the forest department in taking up proper steps and then making children aware about the problems and the required measures. Lastly, which I have listed, that is the technology can be combined with arts, okay, and talk about like can be events being conducted where people are being made aware. A campaign is being launched where they come together and talk about this. Once they talk about this, they can always take some valid steps. So yes, these are the ways we can take care of the environment. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to all the panelists who have described this SDG 15 so brilliantly, and this very important part that is of integration, that is related to different strategies, because ultimately we want this to be implemented in our system. We want this to be really very practical and to be supported as project-based learning for the children whom we are serving in the education sector. At last, I want to support this Act for SDGs UN Action campaign. We all are educators, so we are supporting SDG 4 primarily, that is quality education. So we all are uniting for equal access to education. I unite to act. Do you unite to act? So you can go and check out the link and you can support this. Thank you so much for watching this discussion. You can share your queries at abcteaching875@gmail.com. You can check the description box for all the important links, and of course for the attendance link and for certificate generation link too. It is active only for 24 hours. So generate your certificate timely. And thank you so much once again for watching. Stay tuned. Bye-bye and take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.